Hey guys, what's going on? I'm seeing that there is a door that is opening that is coming your way. I'm seeing Six of Pentacles and I'm also seeing Ace of Wands. So when we have Six of Pentacles, there can be a question of whether or not something is going to be like compatible for what you're trying to experience right now. Because it's an ace, you know that it's like it could be, there is that potential there, like this could possibly be a door that's going to lead to what it is that you want, but you don't really know for sure. Now I'm seeing Seven of Cups as well. It's what just fell on the floor, but we also have Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and so I'm wondering if this is like a return of some sort. This can be like maybe somebody that you haven't had a connection with, or maybe somebody that you've like sort of grown apart from, or like something has happened where it would feel like they're kind of re-emerging. That's the sense that I get from this. Because it's a Six of Cups, like it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that you're like estranged from this person, or that this would be like a totally like novel idea to you. It feels more like you're being kind of reintroduced to something within the present energy, and then you have to figure out if that's something that you want or not. And it looks like there's potential there, but you don't know for sure. Having that Seven of Cups can be like trying to sort of put your finger on the pulse of this and get a better idea, but you may not know. And if this is something that's intertwined with something that had presented itself to you back at another period of time, that can also be something that doesn't allow us to see clearly, like for better or for worse. You know, like if you have something that's representing itself to you and you're like, well, I have these assumptions because of this past experience that I've had, is that something that's getting in the way of you seeing things clearly now? Or is that going to help inform you maybe in a way that can benefit you? So all of this to say that something here may possibly be what you want. It doesn't feel like it's totally figured out yet, if that is the case. Think about it. Seeing Hermit come out. This is the second reading on YouTube that I have done today, and Hermit came out in that first one too. Okay, I'm seeing Virgo, I'm hearing Aquarius, I'm seeing Virgo, I'm seeing Aries, and we also have the moon here. Yeah, with Hermit and with the Emperor, you really do want to make sure that you're thinking about this before you're just saying yes or no, because when we have the Emperor, we're doing things that like we want them to be lasting, and we feel serious about the moves that we're making, so you don't just want to say yes or no to something and then be like, I should have thought that through, or like this was actually more impactful than I gave it credit for. You really want to think about this before you do anything with it. And having the High Priestess there, you may also need to like really tune into this. Like maybe this is beyond just logic and reasoning for you. What is the feeling that you get on this? I wonder too if there are like specific things that you're looking for, but you may kind of be keeping that more so to yourself and like possibly seeing if it shows up in this situation. You know what I mean? Like rather than being like, I'm looking for X, Y, Z, and then possibly having something come through and be like, yeah, that's what I'm offering. You may like hold that kind of in your head, what it is that you're looking for, and see just naturally if that's something that appears. I feel like you have a really good intuitive sense here, and you need to trust that. Because you may not want to... Another thought. There can be a part of you that you don't even want to give a little unless you know that something is locked in and that it's going to be worth it to you. I don't know if that's going to be totally feasible here. I don't know if that's going to be totally possible. Like sometimes you need to give a little to get a little. I'm not saying it has to be a whole lot, but it can be something where you have to participate a little bit to see sort of how things are faring and what that dynamic looks like. it feels like calculated risk a little bit, if you even want to call it that, because I'm seeing that we have Four of Pentacles here, and when we have that, there can be a part of us that's like, I want to like know all of these things without having to sort of like participate or like include myself at all. And sometimes it's not a situation where you can really do that. But I'm not saying you have to like just spill everything out and like show up too much here, like overgive. It feels more like something more calculated that can maybe help you figure this out, because it feels like wanting to withhold, wanting to know, and I feel like you can't 100% withhold here without, like, it's not going to give you the answer that you need, because there is an answer to be had here, but it feels like you're going to have to participate a little bit in order to know. It's like if you have questions, you're going to have to ask them in order to get the answer, but it feels like wanting to know the answer without asking the question. And it doesn't work like that. So you're going to have to participate a little bit here. You may just like not like when you don't know. Having Seven of Cups and having Nine of Swords can be, I feel really uncomfortable when things are not sure or where there's ambiguity. I feel like it's more so, I want to know, I want to see, but I feel like you have to kind of participate in the experience in order for that to be. And maybe you're also seeing where like you hold back and you want answers, but you don't really get them because you hold back too much. And I want to say this again, with the Four of Pentacles, it doesn't mean that you need to like spill everything out there. It doesn't mean that you need to like overcompensate here. It just means that if you want to see how something works, you're going to have to be involved in the process a little bit and then see what happens. But there may be a part of you that's like, but what if I get involved in it and then I don't like the direction that it goes in, and then it's like, and then you do what you have to do then. But you can't, it just feels like wanting to calculate the whole thing without putting yourself within this experience, all to just like save yourself. I'm hearing a little bit of time, a little bit of money. It can, and I mean, that can be something metaphorical, right? Like we can be talking about your energy here and you not wanting to like have any expenditure, not wanting to have any expenditure. Like I don't want to get involved at all. I don't even want there to be any sort of cross contamination. But it's like, then this ends up being something that you want and then you'll go all in. And it's like, sometimes you have to go like, you have to like dip your foot in the water a little bit to take the temperature there. It doesn't mean you have to jump all the way in, but like you need to do something so you can have like a barometer for what's going on here. Like there has to be you doing something to measure this, but it's like, I don't know, you know, just looking at it, you can't really measure anything. Like you have to feel it. You have to feel into it. And this can be like really resistant actually to do that. And then this can be like, why don't I know? I want to know. And it's like, you have to participate in this a little bit to know. You really do. And it's not even, what I'm seeing going on is like, you don't know if it's going to be a yes for you or if it's going to be a no. And that's not even the problem, is that you don't know. Like that may be the thing that gets to you, that you don't just like know this automatically, and that you do have to participate, that you do have to dip your foot in the water a little bit here to see, to find out. But maybe there's a part of you that just like, you lose it a little bit when you don't know. You know, like there's not an equation that you can come up with that's going to give you an answer without you participating just a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit. This is asking for a type of flexibility from you that I feel like this is one of those times where, imagine this is something that you end up being like 100% yes, I do like really like the temperature of the water and I really want to jump in there and I'm like so happy that I did that. You're gonna look back and be like, wow, I was really holding back before, like that was so silly of me. I just feel like it's one of those times when you can be getting really caught up in something that's like, and kind of be missing the point a little bit here. and you're just holding off knowing, because it's like, whether this ends up being a yes for you or it ends up being a no for you, it's like then you go to the next thing. But I just feel like you're getting stopped here, and you don't need to be. Like, you're getting really caught up here at a point where it's like, this isn't going to solve anything. This is just going to keep you frozen here at this point, because you have to participate in order to know whether it's a yes or a no, and you just have to. It's just the way that this works. Sometimes there are situations where we don't have to. Sometimes there are situations where we don't have to. This is one where you do have to. I'm feeling like this itchiness within my knee. It's my left knee. So your knees are connected with Capricorn. Your knees are connected with your flexibility, and having it be on the left side, this is about your like receptivity to things. Like, I feel like this is you need to bend a little bit here. And it's not jumping all the way in. It's just enough to be able to take the temperature here. That's it. And then that's going to be enough to go off of whether this is a yes or a no for you, but you have to do that in order to figure it out. It's just a must here. And there's no reason why. I really don't get what the big deal is. Like, why the hesitance to doing that. And it just feels like, I don't know, like maybe some of you have a fixed moon and you don't want to do it. Like, maybe you like to figure out things without having to like participate at all when it comes to something like this. Like, maybe there's a part of you that doesn't like this type of risk taking, but is that even really a risk? Or is it just you doing research here, you know? I just get this feeling of like, but what if I don't like it? And it's like, but if you don't, then you don't. Then you just do whatever it is that you need to do then. You know, like, if for those of you that you have a fixed moon, and I'm saying moon because we have the High Priestess here. If you have a fixed moon, or you have a moon that's in a fixed house, in like the original, who would this be? The fixed houses would be if you have a second house moon, if you have a fifth house moon, if you have a, who else do we have? An eighth house moon, if you have an 11th house moon, or if you have a moon in a fixed sign. This can be something where you may not want to initiate, you may not want to do something, because I feel like a cardinal energy, and this can just be something that you're embodying right now. It can be something that you're channeling. I feel like if this were a cardinal or a mutable energy, it would be like, okay, I'm fine, like moving in and seeing what happens here and then doing what needs to be done. Or like a cardinal energy is like, dip my foot in, I'll jump all the way in and then see what's gonna happen, you know, and then like jump back out if I want to. I just like get this feeling here that is like, there's only so much you can find out without experimenting a little bit here. And just for research purposes, it feels like that's how you're gonna know here. But you can be like, I want to know this, and that about it before I do anything, and like give a little, like maybe you're showing like absolutely no interest, but you're actually kind of interested, but you don't want to invest at all. Because that Four of Pentacles feels like 0% I'm gonna give to this, even though it's like it's an Ace of Wands presenting itself to you. Like, this may actually be something that you want. Like, this may be something that you'd actually feel really passionate about, but that Four of Pentacles there is like, but I don't want to take any type of risk or any type of chance at all. Even though, again, like, I don't even feel like this, like, you're not being asked to take a huge leap of faith or anything here. It's just like it feels like a medium amount that you would be asked to do here. Like, this is very, very rigid mindset. This is like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. I want to figure out what I need to figure out in this situation without having to like really do anything here. And it's not going to work like that. Maybe you also feel uncomfortable with like confrontation or something like that. And why I'm saying that is because for those of you that like maybe another person is connected with it, it feels like you have the opportunity to participate here to see how something goes. And there may be a part of you that's like, what if I go through that door and then I don't like what's happening there, and then I'm gonna have to say I don't like what's happening here, like I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, so why can't you just say that then? Like why is there needing to like calculate things so far ahead where you're not even participating in the present moment anymore? And it feels like a push for you to enter into this present moment and to move around and see what's going to happen. As I said before, like whether this is a yes or a no or a maybe or whatever, why can't we just honor how we feel presently? To allow yourself to be curious, to allow yourself to be open, to allow yourself to have this experience, to investigate. Because I feel like this is going to give you important answers, whether this be a yes or a no. You're going to benefit either way from knowing that. But you're not going to know anything unless you dip your foot in. You have to here. Because I really do feel like for some of you, there's some great potential here for this to be something worthwhile. We're ending with both the Emperor and the Empress here. We have both of these energies. This is what we're ending the spread with. This is something that can actually be quite compatible. This is something that can actually really work. This has the potential to be quite important. And I don't even feel like there's a, you have to commit. It feels like you just need to check it out enough to know. That's it. Like the opportunity is there, you just have to be flexible. And I wonder for some of you, this may like take you out of your comfort zone a little bit, may take you out of your routine a little bit. You may have to invest a little bit, but it doesn't feel like you have to give everything all away. But you can even be seeing like, why would I feel thrown off by being asked to invest like just slightly, just to see what happens? Why would that be something that feel like you get so stuck by just that? It seems like a bit of an extreme here, and that can like equate to some type of resistance that you have, to some type of block that you have. Because I feel too like if you were on the outside looking in, you would be like, that seems a bit extreme, but you may have some extreme resistance in some way. And this can be bringing that to light for you. And I feel like it's about figuring that out. Like that's what Hermit's actually looking for the answer to. Like why so much resistance here within this? Where is that coming from? So having Ace of Wands be connected with Three of Pentacles, this can be like a collaboration of some sort. It can be you learning a skill. It can be you working together in some way. Working something out. Because Three of Pentacles is a card that's connected with apprenticeship. It is connected with collaboration, cooperation, active listening, effective communication. So it would be something along the lines of that you would get to work on. And it can be something where like maybe you don't have to be alone working on something. Maybe this is like a joint opportunity that you have with somebody. Having that Ace of Wands there, it's just that pure potential. But because it's a wand, what that means is that this is something that you could feel potentially very passionate about. Like this is something that you could care a lot about. And so isn't it worth finding that out? Like these are the types of things that it lights a fire underneath you. It makes life exciting. And if this could potentially be something that you would feel very, very happy and inspired to participate within, potentially, isn't that something that maybe you would want to know? Like, what if this ends up being something that's like super compatible with you? I mean, we're starting off with Six of Pentacles there, and we're ending with the Empress. This is something that it really, really could be. Like, what if this is something that aligns perfectly with your values currently? What if this is something that you really felt there was a deep, innate sense of equality within this and it just worked? Like, there's just a balance there. That's what this can be leading to for you. And because, again, because it's a wand here, it means that it's something that we actually would feel passionate about and that we actually would care about potentially if this is something that works. You're just going to have to be flexible here. And this means too that you're going to have to look deeper into why you wouldn't be. Like, what's going on with you that has you being resistant to the universe showing up and handing you an opportunity? What's that about? What's going on there? Because this may be the same type of resistance that could actually be like more of a problem than you're even recognizing. Maybe there's something going on within your life right now where you're like, things feel so gray, like I just want more excitement or more opportunity. And it's like, well, now you have exactly that presenting itself to you and you're like, no. And it's like, why would you do that then? So it's about understanding that. It's about understanding your intention. It's about understanding your resistance and finding answers that will unlock that for you, so that you can understand it and so that you can get like more of what you like and move more in the direction of what you want, so life can be the way that you want it to be. And that's what's in the process of being worked out here. I feel like this is a time where you see that there may be things that you want and there may be ways that you actively push those things away. And then you're like, why don't I have these things that I want? And this is going to help you understand that. Like, where you have to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit, or where you have to be flexible in order to have these things, or even like the potential of you having these things, yet where you may be doing the opposite of that. And so it's just gonna help you with this process for yourself, okay? On an emotional level, there can be something that feels uncomfortable about this. Maybe there's something about vulnerability. High Priestess and Four of Pentacles can be something here about like you can't stay like safe on the top of the mountain unheard and unseen and just like have total insight about this. You have to come down from the mountain and participate in this situation to see what's going to happen. But maybe there's something here too about like, maybe you need to brush up on your collaboration skills. Like maybe there's something here where you need to socialize a little bit. Maybe there's something going on here where you got to work together a little bit and maybe you feel weird about that. Why is that? It's like this is allowing you to work with that part of yourself through this experience. And like having the Empress, I feel like this would, regardless of what's going to happen in this situation, it's going to feel empowering to you because we're ending with the Empress. This is something that's going to inform you more about the stuff that is important to you now. So you will benefit either, no matter what happens, you're going to benefit from this situation if only you will participate. That's it. So it actually doesn't even matter what ends up happening. You are going to benefit from it no matter what. Maybe that can motivate you a little bit here. Seeing for a lot of you that there's a relationship that's connected with this. Okay. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.